What's up, Hobby Maniacs? MBG back in the studio. It's great to be back home. The cats have accepted me once more into their group, and they have once again allowed me to stay in their home. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. Also got a new haircut because I was looking pretty bad there, and some of them videos we were doing down at the Forge Narrative Seasonal, which is where I was kicking it last weekend. If you didn't check out that footage, definitely pop on over to the Forge Narrative Google Plus page. There's 5 great games. I was actually sort of DJing them, just basically sitting in the room, keeping the peace, answering questions, and just letting the players themselves work everything out together between them, which actually worked out really well. So there were some really great games, so definitely check those out. So speaking of Forge Narrative Seasonal, really interesting format, 7th edition, wide open, Adepticon, or I guess it's the INAT or whatever they call it these days, FAQ, which turned out to be really good. There was some really good armies there. They pretty much, the factions ran the gamut. It was wide open, no restrictions, very interesting stuff. No boogeymen. We didn't see anything kind of running around the table, running around the tournament, just kind of going crazy on things, which is really interesting to see because, well, supposedly 7th edition's scary. And supposedly, if you listen to the internet, that is. So supposedly 7th edition's scary, and we need to all be worried about things. But the tournament with 55 players here in the South, we didn't have that sort of problem. So it's really interesting to see, and I'm sure, this might have some far-reaching repercussions here in the near future. I definitely want to write about it on the Spiky Bits blog, because I think it's really important. You start creating these restrictions, these, only 2 detachments allowed, or only this, or only that, or these house rules for this tournament, which, don't get me wrong, you gotta vote with your money. If you don't like what a specific tournament organizer is doing, don't go to their event. Because that's the only way you can voice your opinion, is by not going to events. But that being said, we have a really great circuit of 40K tournaments out there, and each one of them is a little bit different. Forge Narrative Seasonal is a little bit different, allows everything, and we didn't see any problems with it, which was really great. It was nice to see a lot of good players here in the southeast of the U.S. kind of come on the scene and just kind of have at it, and we had a lot of good things to say about this event. Probably start seeing less daily videos here on the channel. Just gonna kind of focus on my 1 video tutorial per week. I kind of spent the week down in North Carolina with Kenny Boucher from Next Level Painting, doing a lot more with the Long War. If you haven't checked out the Long War yet, it's a dedicated battle report channel that we're going to be kicking off. Well, it's already kicked off. We dropped our first video over there, and we're going to have a couple more this month for you guys to check out. Please, we need your comments, we need your critiques, we need your criticisms about that video, because we want to make sure we're putting out a good product for y'all that's easy for us to manufacture and maintain, and keep those, standard levels really high for you guys. So please, if you haven't already, go over and subscribe to The Long War, and also drop us a comment about what you think about the first battle report. It's very important to us. This project is not going to be for money. What we do here on Spiky Bits is not for money. But, to be real, it takes money to do these things. Now, the whole video game industry and stuff out there, it's all free to play. Same thing with these channels. You're not going to have to spend money for content where, everything on here is going to be free forever. We're never going to hold the hobby hostage, because that just goes against everything we talk about bringing the hobby back, forging your own narratives, making the hobby your own. That would just be wrong, and that's not what we're about here. But that being said, definitely be looking for, some opportunities to get some bonus content, maybe some stuff a little early. There's all sorts of possibilities out there, but we're definitely going to hit you guys with a couple more battle reports over there on the Long War. First, just to kind of test the waters, make sure we're putting out a good product for everybody, before we give you all some options, some different options over there, maybe to support, maybe to do a couple different things. So that'll be pretty neat, I think. Obviously be looking for that. So, been putting a lot of attention into that. I know normally over here, I've been doing a lot of unboxings and a lot of daily videos. I'm just not going to be able to get to it quite as much. I'm going to focus more on my 1 video tutorial per week. And maybe if something hot comes out, I'll drop an unboxing, or I'll drop a review. Maybe cover some cool rumors that come out, some groundbreaking stuff in the gaming world. Right now, I got some X-Wing ships to do an unboxings of. I got some Forge World just all sorts of stuff. And I really want to make sure that we're putting out a good product here on Spiky Bits for y'all for the video tutorial. So, it's gonna get a little hectic over here, but I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing for you guys. So, that being said, we got a lot going on with the Long War. We got a lot going on here on Spiky Bits. Now, got a bunch more supporters over on Patreon. You hit the first level of support over there, and it was it's a pretty big milestone. I super appreciate some of the new supporters. We got Sal, we got David N, we got Chris H, and Josh K. Thank you guys, super appreciate it. Be sending out a bunch of free gifts and stuff for some of the guys over there sometime this week, so be checking your mailbox for some of that. Now, so we got a lot going on here. The new Bloodthirster's coming out this week. Hasn't been a whole lot of rumors in the Warhammer world. Like I said, the new X-Wing ships are out. Looks like everything's back to normal with a Long Beach strike. So, it's probably a little bit of a backlog, but things should get flowing here in the near future. Let's talk about Adepticon. Because Adepticon is coming up in basically 2 weeks. So, it's the road to Adepticon. It is real, and it's about to go down. It's one of the biggest events in specifically tabletop wargaming. I imagine, Gen Con's more generalized gaming, but Adepticon is definitely all about the wargaming. So let's talk about 40K. I got a list that I'm gonna probably take to the Adepticon championships for 40K. I just wanted to drop it on y'all really quick because it's a little eclectic. It's not your ordinary run of the mill because they have certain restrictions. I believe it's 2 detachments or one combined arms, 1 ally. So that being said, kind of made a list around it with Kenny Boucher. Kind of tweaked it a little bit, but definitely got some good ideas. So first off, it's a Blood Angels combined arms detachment with an Ultramarines ally. For Blood Angels, taking Dante as the Lord of War, because he's just a pimp. That guy's bananas. Then, for the HQ, going to take a Sanguinary Guard, because who doesn't love a little feel no pain. 10 Terminators with Thunderhammer Storm Shield, just to kind of march up the middle and just smush anything they hit. 2 5-man Scout Squads with... Well, the cool thing about Blood Angel Scouts is they come with Furious Charge and the same price as normal Scouts. So they have all that normal functionality and a little bit of a boost. Then for the Ultramarines, allying in Tigerius to try to get some dirty psychic shenanigans for that big block of 10 Terminators up the middle. 2 squads of Scouts in Landspeeder Storms. Of course, that gives you some tactical flexibility, whether you're outflanking, whether you're, zooming around, staying in reserves, whatever you want to do. 1 Legion of the Damned squad. Drops deep striking in with some ignored cover, some crazy invulnerable saves. Usually is pretty good. Very disruptive for the enemy. And I love the ignore cover because we all know what that does to Wave Serpents. Oh yeah. Then, to kind of switch it up a little bit, we've got an Inquisitorial detachment, which would be a generic Inquisitor with rad grenades to reduce those dirty toughnesses. So we've got something with toughness 5. We're going to kick it down to toughness 4. Hit it with a hammer and it's instant death. My favorite. Or those dirty Demon Princes, those dirty Hive Tyrants. We don't like those sort of things. We're the Noble Astartes. We need every edge we can get. So also has a Book of Liber Heresius, so we get to scout up, so that's always fun. Scouting with a big blob of Terminators up the middle, perhaps. Servile Skulls, so we don't get scouted on. Then we're going to take Koteas, because Koteas is great. With Dante, you have a Lord of War, so your enemy seizes on a 5-up. Now they have to at least re-roll it, so that's a little bit more helpful. Then we're going to splash in Grey Knight. Grey Knight Strike Force, Nemesis Strike Force. It's a detachment that is pretty good. Actually, it's a formation, I believe. And what that does is let you deep strike in on turn 1, well, at least roll to deep strike in on turn 1. So we're going to take Brother Captain Stern as an HQ, and a Strike Squad, just a single Strike Squad. That's the requirements for the formation. Strike Squad's going to deep strike in, try to hold some objectives, just be obnoxious. Stern is probably going to go in with the other Terminators, and he comes stock with Sanctuary. And Sanctuary is awesome because it gives you +1 invulnerable. So now, Stern's going to get a 3-up invulnerable, Dante's going to get a 3-up invulnerable, and the Terminator's going to get a 2-up invulnerable with Feel No Pain probably. So, couple that with maybe a Lucky Shroud, maybe a Lucky Invisibility from Tigerius, who will probably get it off because he can reroll it, and he probably gets to dictate which psychic power he's going to get. And you have a big Death Star marching up the middle, and you have a bunch of MSU squads trying to come on as late as possible, score some objectives, disrupt some things. I think it's a pretty good list. It can't be everywhere all at once. The Terminators are obviously slow, and they kind of have to Zoidberg left or right. Depending on where they want to go, they have to be very careful. Obviously, certain mission types are a little disruptive to this tactic, but some definitely favor this tactic. So I've been playtesting a little bit. Hoping it does well. Obviously, don't think it's a super top tier list, but I think it's definitely going to be fun, and it requires just enough generalship and just enough dumb luck that it might just do really well. But we'll see how it goes. So that's about all I have for this one, guys. It's probably going to be the last kind of daily update. I want to hit you guys with some more unboxings and stuff. Like I said, those are just going to kind of have to fall by the wayside when we have some time here. Definitely priority is going to be on video tutorials. Going to try to hit one of those this week. Hopefully, we get a little bit more support coming through on the Patreon page, because I would definitely love to take some of this mundane work that I'm doing and kick it over to somebody that I can actually put in a paid position. So, don't know, that might be a pipe dream. Another pipe dream I have is I would love, and I think Kenny Boucher would definitely echo this sentiment, but when the new releases come out, we would love to be able to just on the fly pick them up, put them together, cut a video of that, maybe some conversions, kick it down to Kenny, he can paint it up. Like, how dope would that be? The new Bloodthirster came out, boom, here's how to put it together. Boom, here's how to make it the best way so you can fit it in your display case, because you're never going to see that from the company that makes it. Or, hey, this is these are the different options. If you do this, you can make all 3 options. Whatever I come up with once I look at the kit. Then I kick it down to Kenny, he paints it up, he shows you guys how to paint it up, all in the same week. How dope would that be? We would love to do that for you guys, but we just don't have the ability to. We have our normal commissions that we're doing for everybody else, or, I got the blog, I got my normal videos, Kenny's got his normal videos, so we're definitely on a crunch. We're trying to launch this Long War, so definitely this would be something that we would like to build up to in the near future with y'all's support, of course. So please, drop your comments. If you want to support it, support the project, definitely we will make sure that wherever you drop your support, whether it's on my Patreon page, Kenny's Patreon page, or, depending on what we do with the Long War, you guys will always get the same content. Do not worry about that. Do not be afraid to, drop your support at any one particular place. So that will never be a thing, guys. We'll never hold the hobby hostage. Content will be free forever. That is for sure. You just might get it a little bit quicker, and you might get it with a little bit more of a kick or a little bit more of a bonus here and there. Alright, so make sure you pop on over to the Long War, drop a subscribe, leave a comment about the first battle report. Make sure you subscribe here if you haven't already. Hit up Kenny Boucher over on Next Level Painting. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Check out Spiky Bit's blog. We got a lot going on over there. It's been pretty hectic. All sorts of stuff going on over there. And listen to the podcast, ForgeNarrative.com. Hopefully we'll have another seasonal coming up in the near future. We will definitely hit you guys with that. We're not sure exactly where it's going to be. If you missed this one or you missed the one in the fall, do not fret. There will probably be another one. We will talk about it soon.
Yo, Hobby Maniacs, thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget, there's tons of other tutorials, unboxings, and tips and tactics videos on here as well. And make sure you visit my best friend Kenny B's fresh hobby channel over on Next Level Painting.